Hello, and welcome back to Dream Queen by PERLA'S. Any questions as to what it is that I do, how do I do it, services that I provide, any information on Patreon, and all of that fun stuff down below in the description. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into air signs. So, air, this is your weekly reading. This is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We're going to go ahead, going to push the camera down to focus on the candle and water, and we're going to go ahead and see what this week message is. Okay, so there are things that are resurfacing from the past, whether it is relationships or connections that you've had in the past with other people, whether this is certain habits, addictions. It can be addiction to smoking, drinking, sex, whatever it may be. It can be, people that suffer from depression or anxiety, people that have physical, symptoms from different illnesses and things like that. And maybe you felt that they were under control, maybe that you felt that, things were getting better. And because of the fact that you have chosen to suppress something about yourself, whether that is knowing that you lash out because people either do not agree with you, or you lash out because people are constantly trying to tell you like who you are or what you should believe in, and etc. Now, when it comes to things like that, things are resurfaced for many different reasons. Either you have not gotten to the root problem, or you have chosen to just suppress it. By suppressing things constantly, what happens is that it just builds up, and then when it comes up and when it resurfaces, it seems bigger than what it actually is. As people are dealing and going through their own personal issues, as everyone is, um, do not allow their own personal issues to become yours. In the sense, I'm not saying like to ignore everybody. I'm not saying to like not be there for people. But what I'm saying is, do not internalize it and make it your own. We are all here to help each other, but if you help others when you yourself are depleted, then what good is that going to do for anyone? Always make sure that you're taking care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, because if you don't, then the only thing that is going to happen is that you're going to feel unsteady, you're going to feel unease. The nature of wanting to help others, the nature of always wanting to be there, is part of what makes us human. But there has to be a balance with everything. The same way that there has to be, balance within the earth. There has to be balance, within your bank account. If you know that you have this many bills to pay and you have this much money, like, you have to balance it out. With that being said, some of you be very careful with online shopping, or just making purchases that are really not necessary. Over buying things because you're fearing that there's not going to be any for tomorrow, or over buying things because you feel that it just kind of allows you to numb out. It kind of allows you to forget your own problems, the problems in the world, etc. So if if certain behaviors, if certain things are resurfacing for you personally, like connections from the past that are coming back, take the time and connect to your intuition. and see what it is that is trying to be revealed. What lesson was it that you were supposed to learn that maybe you didn't learn in its entirety? What lesson were you supposed to kind of just leave behind so that you could go ahead and move forward? Or what lessons have you learned that now you can use to help others? If you are tending to feel very anxious during this time, make sure that you're taking that time for yourself to do something that does help you kind of calm down, helps you relax. Because again, there's going to be a period like within this week that you're going to feel very overwhelmed, either because of what people are saying or people are venting to you, or just because of what's going on around you, either at work or at home or whatever it may be. There's something about yourself that maybe you have chosen not to take accountability for, whether it was that you mistreated somebody, or you tend to speak you tend to speak down to people or something like that, and you didn't want to admit that to yourself. And the situations that are presenting itself at the moment are there to help you realize that this is a habit that you have of constantly doing. Now, in order for us to disagree with somebody, does not mean that we have to lash out on them. Does not mean that we have to kind of like, make them feel like they're stupid or idiots or anything like that. It's just we have different perspective. We see things completely different, and that is fine. So, a lot of people at the moment are in a lot of fear. They have a lot of anxiety, and when people do not understand, excuse me, when people do not understand certain things, then they start to lose control. They start to lose control of who they are. They start to lose control of their emotions. They start to lose control of their thoughts and things like that. So, again, if people are reaching out to you for advice, if people are reaching out to you to vent, if people are reaching out to you for whatever the reason, maybe somebody wants to go ahead and apologize for something that they did or they said, um, do not be so quick to feel like you're better than them, or to feel like you are above them, if that makes sense to you guys. Um, for many of you that are reminiscing on a connection with with a person from the past, that either this person left you for somebody else, or there was another person, like a third party situation where somebody else, this person stepped out with somebody else or something like that. um, you may be having dreams about it, or it may be coming forth because maybe you didn't get the apology that you were waiting for, or maybe this person didn't get the karma that you were expecting them to get. Just because things have not been revealed to you yet does not mean that it's not in the works, or that it hasn't happened. Um, but you're being asked to let go of the control of wanting that person to get the karma in the way that you want them to get it. You're being asked to let go of the control of wanting that person to come and apologize to you in a very specific way. Whoever that person is, they know that they lost who they lost, and meaning in the sense that when they lost you, when you decided to just be like, what, whatever, if this is what you want, this is not what I'm into. Now, this is not pertaining to people that are in open relationships. That is completely different. This is for people that go into a connection with a person feeling and thinking that it's just going to be the two of them, and somebody decides to go ahead and step out. And whoever it is, the person that stepped out knows and realizes that they made a mistake, and they know and they realize that they wronged you. Now, are they ready to apologize? Not sure. Is it torturing them? Yes, it is. Are they thinking about it? Are they regretful about it? From what I see, yes, they are. The thing is, cards just want to go ahead and jump out for you. Our air signs, relax a little. It's like you want to know, right? But it's like, you know, we cannot force anybody to go ahead and see things or want to do things the way that we see it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out 3 cards. We're doing Gemini. There we go, we got 3. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So Gemini, we have the Spirit of Cups. This is your card. So I don't know if you see how she is like enclosed, but there's a butterfly. So again, this may be the other person or this may be yourself, but regardless of anything, there is a transformation going through. There is somebody that is allowing their emotions to surface up and to kind of face them head on, not allowing not allowing the emotions to overtake them in a way that they're not able to realize, or they're not able to have their aha moments, if that makes sense to you guys. There are some that are still trying to fight and battle the wanting to feel that emotion, whether it is, why is it that I'm addicted to this, or why is it that I'm always getting angry, or why am I so depressed, or why am I so anxious, or why is it everything, why am I always thinking so negative, or whatever it is. You're Gemini, I feel like you're trying your best to get to an understanding of this, to try and really overcome this. And at times we become very fearful of the unknown. But as you continue to dive into those emotions and dive into those things, you'll realize that the answers to everything that it is, that you have been seeking for have been inside of you this entire time. Then we have Libra. Libra, we have the 5 of Pentacles energy, and we have the fish, and she is inside the fish. So now Libra, whether this is you or another person, whether this is a situation that you felt, an opportunity that you felt that you should have taken, or whatever it is, it has you really looking back at the things that you could have done or that you should have done differently. But instead of looking at what we quote unquote lost, now let's see what opportunities are here now. Let's see what chance we have to go ahead, and when similar situations come forth, we're able to do things differently. We're able to really take the message coming in intuitively as they are meant to be kept. And somebody is feeling out. Somebody's feeling like they're out of your life completely, or you feel that no, it's somebody else feels, Libra, that they are completely out of your life, and they feel that they should have taken action to keeping you in their life, meaning they were persuaded either by other people or by whatever it was, their greed. I don't know why greed keeps on coming. I don't know. By their greed or something that allow them to kind of strayed away from you, not seeing your worth and not seeing your value at the time. And now they're feeling like as much as they want to reconnect with you and as much as they want to be near you and they want to be a part of your life, they don't know how to, because they don't know how you're going to receive them. And then we have Aquarius. Ooh, Sophia. I like this. So we have the fish. And Aquarius, this is your car, the Sophia car. And when I see this car, what I'm sensing is, you know, somebody really working very hard on trying to accept all of their parts, to be accountable for all of their actions, to be accountable for all of their, for all of the, for the way that their life has turned out. Whether this is you or another person, this is somebody that is in the process of accepting their faults, is in the process of accepting their huh. To me, the way that I'm looking, the way that it's coming in is like this is somebody that was in denial, that felt that everything was always everyone else's fault, and everything was always done to them, and for a very long time they didn't want to take accountability, whether this is you or another person. But whoever it is that was in such denial about accountability is actually now starting to, or will be starting to take accountabilities for their action, will be seeing their part in the role that they play in the situations and the connections that fell through. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you this week, and thank you for all the love and support, and I'll see you guys back next week. Bye bye.